Beyond the crashing waves and the whispers of the sea breeze, a legend lives of a winged woman who appears only at dawn, her silhouette bathed in golden mist as she stands alone on the shore. This isn't just folklore. Witnesses claim they've seen her eyes, filled with longing, gazing far into the ocean waiting. But for whom? And why does she never leave? Tonight, the story comes alive. A tale of one soul destined to meet the impossible. If you're drawn to mysteries that touch the edge of reality, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment, because maybe, just maybe, you felt her call too. They say the ocean holds memories. But on this forgotten beach, far from the eyes of tourists and townsfolk, it holds something else, a presence. I came here not for answers, but for escape. A week off-grid, no signal, no noise. Just the sound of the tide and maybe silence to mend a tired heart. But instead, I found her. It started the first morning. The mist was thick, and the sky hadn't yet turned blue. I stood with my coffee, barefoot on the cold sand, when I saw her standing by the rocks. She wasn't walking. She was just there, still, like she'd been waiting all night. Her hair danced with the sea wind, and her wings, yes, wings shimmered faintly with dew, like thin silk touched by starlight. I blinked. She vanished. I didn't sleep well that night. Not from fear, but because I couldn't stop thinking about her. The next morning, I returned at the same time. And again, there she was closer this time, her back to me, her wings folded like a secret too heavy to carry. I didn't call out. I didn't dare. Something about her presence made silence feel sacred. By the third day, I noticed something strange. My camera, which I always brought for landscapes, wouldn't turn on when I pointed it in her direction. And when I tried to sketch her later, I couldn't remember her face, only the feeling she gave me. Sorrow, strength, and a sense of unfinished longing. That night, the innkeeper, a weathered old man with eyes like driftwood, finally spoke to me. "You've seen her," he said without question. "Who?" I asked, though I already knew. "The Lady of the Shore. She comes for those who carry grief too heavy for the world." I asked what she wanted. He replied, not what she wants, but what she offers. A choice. A choice. The word stuck with me. On the fifth morning, I dared to walk toward her. Slowly, step by step, my heart racing with a cocktail of wonder and dread. As I drew near, she turned. Her eyes were not of this world. There was something eternal in them, as if she'd watched centuries pass and still stood unchanged. She spoke softly. Her voice wasn't just sound, it was a vibration through the chest, like music only your soul understands. "You carry loss," she said, "but you never buried it." I fell to my knees, not because I believed her, but because something inside me cracked open. She wasn't a ghost. She wasn't an illusion. She was memory, and I had tried to outrun mine for too long. "Why are you here?" I whispered. She looked to the sea. "Because you still hope someone will return." Tears fell before I could stop them. The one I lost wasn't coming back, and I had built my life pretending that didn't break me. But this presence knew the truth. She saw me, the real me, and in that moment, she reached out not with her hands, but with a feeling. A warmth that surrounded me like wind with weight. She didn't promise healing. She didn't promise to take away the pain, but she let me sit beside her, in silence, in peace. Then the sky began to glow. The first hint of sunlight painted the sand gold, and just like that, she faded, like fog in the morning sun. But something stayed. Inside me, there was space again. Not emptiness, but space. Enough to breathe. Enough to remember. Without drowning. I stayed 2 more days. I never saw her again. But every morning, I returned to the rocks. I'd sit quietly, watching the tide come and go, like breath, like memory, like grace ... And when I finally left the beach, I didn't feel alone, because maybe the ocean really does remember. And maybe some angels don't fall from heaven. They wait where the lost go to be found. If her story touched something inside you, if you've ever felt watched over by a presence no one else could see, like, comment, and subscribe, because there are more tales like this of the mysterious, the beautiful, and the broken waiting just beyond the shoreline of what we know.